Am I there yet? I think I'm there yet. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Vicky and Tammy and Kelly. We're missing Dawn. So, good morning. Uh, Tammy, I opened up my laptop and I said, God, hi, Diane. And there's Diane. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's May 15th already. So, you and I are on the same wavelength. I'll tell you that. Anybody, anybody want to guess when I woke up? It was 8:49. That's 13 minutes ago. I am dressed, the cats are fed, I have my tea, and we don't have a hands camera, but we have our live stream. I just can't wake up. There were 7 o'clock, 7:15, 7:30, 7:45, 8 o'clock, and then I hit snooze twice. And the second time I hit snooze, it didn't go off. So I did it wrong, or you're not allowed to do that. Because then I kind of woke up and thought, it's been a while, and it was 8:49. Where am I? There I am. So, hey, good morning. Happy middle of May. Heads up, I'm a little behind because it's already the middle of May, but do you remember God, sleepy stuff in my eyes. Do you remember last year on my birthday? I did a Zoom, a birthday Zoom. I'm gonna do a birthday Zoom again, and it's on the 23rd. I don't know what day that is. Let's find out. Since let's see, I'm just gonna. What's going on here? I think my mouse is out of juice. That's gonna be interesting. Okay. Hands camera. Nope. All right. Then I can have my phone back. What was I going to look at? What day of the week? I remember last week it asked me if I wanted to update to the newest version of my recording thing, and I'm like, no, I don't have time, and certainly not today either. What am I doing? Birthday. It's a Tuesday. Oh, why did I put how old I'm going to be on there? Yeah, so you might get a newsletter. Headset! Holy shit. Good morning. But you can hear me, right? Dawn is at the vet. Okay, that's a good excuse. Damn it. I thought I was all set. But you heard me, right? You must have. So, my hair looks pretty good for just waking up, doesn't it? I watched it yesterday. Birthday Zoom. So, newsletter. So, if you're not on my newsletter list, whatever that's called, that's not the right place, Sarah. Yes, it is. Do 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 do. God, so glad you guys are here to wake me up. Newsletter. I'll just do a little pimping. Live stream. Say something. Yes, but I was far away. Right here. Okay. There. That's if you're not already on my newsletter list, that's where you're going to get the invitation for my birthday Zoom. Last year, there were a gazillion people who showed up. I didn't even know who some of them were, but they're on my newsletter list. And I was like overwhelmed, and I did not get a chance to thank everybody. Um, I didn't, it's spring outside finally. I want to, anyway, hopefully somebody will show up this year. So it'll be, I don't know what time of day I did it last time, but we'll see. Anyway, and then I have two classes coming up that I slapped onto the calendar. One is called Fit Clinic, and hilariously, when I posted it on the giant over 6,000 people Pure Michigan Knitters group with the picture that I pulled for it, which was a tape measure, because I got banned from the group, from the Pure Michigan Knitters group, which is interesting because it turns out when you get banned, you can't even find the group ever again. So I was confused. Long story short, one of my friends knows the moderator, the administrator, and emailed her or text whatever and said, "Excuse me." And somebody had reported it for not being about knitting. They thought it was about weight loss, which I totally understand. If your trigger is a tape measure and the word fit, then absolutely I set you off. So, and the top of the description, I forget what it said, but it was nothing to do with knitting. So the person reported it as nothing to do with knitting, and I got banned. So when I got reinstated, I had to like apply again and answer the question again. I flipped the description, so the last paragraph became the first paragraph that you can see right away, and it was how to choose which knitting pattern size, what size of the knitting pattern you should start with, why we don't fit into one slot, and so my bad. I didn't know what picture to use. I didn't have a picture of people measuring themselves. So I went out and got a tape measure, went out into the interwebs and got a tape measure picture. So that was fun. That was exciting. Some drama. I suspected I knew what it was because when I woke up, I know so many triggers. We have to be careful. Well, we don't have to be careful, but we have to understand. I mean, we have to be careful, but we can't possibly anticipate everything. Um, a, f- a few months ago, um, might have been I don't know, standing around having a conversation. Somebody used the word trigger, and somebody else, or they used the word trigger, and then they said that's overused. Like we shouldn't use that anymore. I'm like, oh yes, we should. I am in recovery, and yes, we should. It's a thing. It's not overused. Um, yeah, and that was because Fit Clinic. So I woke up and I saw a notification that said this is not knitting, and then it went away, that notification, and, like, that's when I thought, "What is that about? Is that about one of my posts in the Pure Michigan Knitters?" And then I couldn't find Pure Michigan Knitters, so that was indeed what it was. Interesting that even the notifications went away, everything went away. Um, and the other class so that's we're gonna measure, and I think I do is I don't think I chose a Zoom one for that, because 'cause you'd have to have a buddy, which would work, but it would be, it adds a level of intensity to the class. So we're going to take measurements, which we hate to do, but we take measurements and then we're going to compare ourselves. It's all private. We're going to compare ourselves to its real life size charts and see that we do not fit in any of the columns. None of us do. And then talk about which measurements we would use to choose a knitting pattern, or to tweak the knitting pattern, or to design a garment for ourselves. So it's totally about knitting and it's totally about body inclusivity. So, whoops. Tape measure, bad idea. It's still there. I still have the tape measure. It's a really pretty picture. Stole it from the internet. And the other class is custom fit sweater. I don't even know what it's called. It's called sweater design, seamless sleeveless top. And that's what it is. So another of my sweater design classes that does have a Zoom session. I've got somebody signed up for a Zoom session and somebody signed up for one of the afternoon sessions, and I need more bodies. So literally, and both classes would go together, and you can just go to that newsletter page and then hit classes at the top of the page. So I won't go look for another thing. So yay. Whew. So today, well, let's have some tea, shall we? Since I even made my tea. Did I say that? Oh, and I meant to show you this. Oops. Whoa. Tea is hot when it's brand new. Um, mhm. Well, I was going to show you the mug because it's one of the ones I won in the cat auction a week or so ago. Oh, I like the taste of my lip balm. What was it? Sweet mandarin. Let's just load that up again. Uh-huh. I don't know. Tea. Oh, mug. Thank you. See, the brain is working better since I stopped drinking. It's just still on slow a little bit, which is fine. Better than dead. Um, oh, I could show you the other one, but it's way over there, and now I'm hooked up. One of the baskets I bid on and won for the Cat Cafe auction or action, as you know, whichever, is coffee and cookies. I don't drink coffee. I do eat cookies, but what it was, I try to say and instead of but. Um, what the coffee part was a lovely box set with two mugs, two little ceramic mugs. I'll try to pick it up, but I overfilled it. Oh, whoops! Did you see that? Anybody have a? Well, since we're not doing close-ups, I'll use. Oh, we have to do the. Forgot about the oracle reading. Holy cow! So many things to do. Let's see if I can get back to this one. Ooh, it went on the keyboard. Whoopsie. Bad. Happy tea. I just made a mess. Okay. I hope the keyboard still works. It's got cat hair stuck to it. Hi. Two of these mugs that are, you can maybe see that it's goofy looking. It's narrow. There you go. You can see it. Narrower than it is wide, depending on which way you're looking at it. Has those dippity doos. So it's two ceramic mugs, two ceramic cute little spoons that I'll figure out what to use for, and two coasters. So that's the coffee part. I'm totally doing it for tea. And then the cookie part was a gift certificate to a plate. Good morning. Good morning, Dawn. Welcome back from the vet. Your mom told on you. Gift certificate to a place in, I think, Eagle, Michigan, which is a little bit west of Lansing, called Wildflower, Flour Bakery, and the gift certificate is for $130. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of cookies, but it's meant to be for classes in cookie making and or decorating. So now I'm like, I just want to eat it's kind of like, I don't want to learn to spin. I just want to knit with the yarn. I don't really want to learn how to make the cookies. I just want to eat them. But I have a friend who has been very generous lately. Think four harness floor loom, and I am going to ask them if they would like to do the class with me, and then that's the two. It's meant to cover two class fees, so that would be fun, and then I would feel good about doing something for my friend, and yeah. So $130 worth of cookies, though. Damn, that would have been yummy. Okay. Let's get started, shall we? It's probably too hot, but I need my tea. Oh, how do you drink out of this thing? Like that, apparently. Sloppily. Okay, so I did a thing. You know, I'm pretty darn almost always trying to deal with things from way back from that are in the house that I want to not have in the house or want to deal with or find a new purpose for or something. Tammy says, I figured since Elizabeth Zimmerman didn't learn to spin until 70, which I did not know, then she's got time. Yeah, same. But I did take some spinning classes and I did not enjoy them. And I do have a lot of friends who spin, so I'll just buy their yarn. That's what I mean, there's still time. I am not yet 70. On the 23rd, I will be 1 year closer, but I am not quite there. Cat. Way back things. So one of the piles, and then some of the things that I want to get out of the house, it's difficult because like they have my children's full names on them, for example. So there were some tote bags. Hi, you want to come up? Might as well. There you go. Watch the tea. Oh, bye. That was fun. Um, uh-huh. Tote bags with their initials on. No, there's tote bags with their first names on them, and one of the first names is rather unique, which it's not that unique, but it's rather unique. And I didn't want to. Also, if I donated this bag with this rather unique name on it, who would want it? Not that that matters after I drop it off, but I thought I would pick out the names, pick out like with a seam ripper thing. And I started to do that, and then you could see the indentation, like the little holes where the name was. So I stopped. They're really nice tote bags, so I might have to, just keep them. Oh, big truck. Stash has to be part Siamese. She. You're a he, honey bunny. They are Snowshoe, which apparently is part Siamese. Yes. And I'd love to know why you said that. Is it the coloring? Because you didn't see his face there, I don't think. Yeah. Snowshoe, apparently all white feet, or you don't qualify as Snowshoe, which I didn't click on that Snowshoe meant white feet for like the first, I don't know, 3 months I had him, like June, January, February, March, April. Yeah, probably 3 months. Only had him 4 months. Awkward. So some of the things I wanted to offload, tail. Huh. Okay. Speaking of tails, just another, if we ever see Frankie here, which is doubtful for a while anyway, he has the loveliest tail. It's not bushy, but it's full. It's not long hair, but it's a nice full tail. It's long. It's very expressive. Someday you'll get to see it. You could put a decorative patch over the names in the tote bag. I could just donate it and then let them deal with it. Or I could just keep it and use it. But see, I have so many bags. It just goes like that. So some of the things are wedding related, not my children's wedding, but my wedding. I am no longer married. There's no animosity, except that I keep having these dreams where there is a lot of, reminds me of Siamese and Lady and the Tramp. Well, I'm going to have to watch that one again. I have a wedding. Well, Don asks, is he in the ceiling? He could be, because I left the office door open for him to get in and out. I don't think he's been in there very much, if at all, since I let him win that battle. He's out during the day, which I used to not see him, and then once I figured out he was going in there, I was hearing little, noises, which I assumed were him in the ceiling. Give the bags away, damn it. Yes, I will. I mean, Kelly didn't say damn it, but I know she was thinking it. Okay, so some of the things that I need to deal with are wedding related. Let's see if I can go the right way. I did. And for example, the wedding album, there's people in those pictures. I don't want to throw it away. My ex didn't want it. There's portraits. Did we ever get the wedding dress? No, we didn't ever get the wedding dress one, but or did we? I don't think so. There's a photograph. I probably wouldn't mind giving that one up. Big wall print of the two of us after the wedding in front of a thing that is now an Indian restaurant, but then it was an event center and a restaurant, which is where the reception was. What's the other thing? Oh, my wedding dress. Yes, she was thinking it. Ha ha ha. You're my people, Kelly. Oh, Kelly, you're the entrelac person. There's an error in Swatch 2. You'll find it. Carla found it. It's don't slip the stitches at the beginning of like 2 or 3 rows somewhere in Swatch 2. You'll know. You'll know when you get there. You gave yours to your daughter. So I don't have a daughter. Don't plan on having a daughter. I think maybe the door has closed on that. Having a natural daughter anyway, naturally having a daughter. Although, okay, we're just going to go off on tangents and then come back to the wedding dress. So yesterday was Mother's Day, another trigger, so sorry. But I have issues with Mother's Day, including the fact that my mother died on Mother's Day, but that's not the biggest issue, but we're not going to go in there. It's about setting boundaries and understanding that I'm 50% responsible for why I hate Mother's Day. Now that I've read the book about boundaries, I'm like, damn, that was my fault too. um, 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 so yesterday was Mother's Day, and I'm like, it's fine. I understand now that it was partly my fault, 50% my problem. Um, so now I don't mind it now I don't mind, like I don't stay off social media, for example, all day on Mother's Day anymore. I'm okay with that. So yay, I'm healing, and I woke up yesterday, I don't know what time, and I looked at my phone, as one does, and there was a text from my oldest son's ex-girlfriend. She's so ex that she's now married to somebody else, I should say, that said, "Happy Mother's Day to my knitting mama. I miss you." Because I taught her to knit when she was seeing my son. So I am her knitting mama, and she now is the first person to always say Happy Mother's Day to me. So I'm happy that tradition continued. I did, in fact, hear from my own children, my actual children, not early in the morning, I will add, but I did hear from them, and it was quite nice. You know, my son, I have one son who texted and asked nice questions, not just a Happy Mother's Day. And I have one son who called, not naming names. But the one who called said, "Did the cats give you any gifts for Mother's Day? Ha ha." Tammy says, "Didn't the kitties bring gifts?" That was sarcastic for Mom's Day. And I was happy to report that no, they did not bring me any gifts for Mother's Day. So nothing to clean up. Well, I mean, there's poop. Let's say there's always poop, but that's not like a Mother's Day gift. That's an everyday gift, the gift that keeps on giving. Totally not doing what I meant to do. So, wedding dress, relatively shortly after no, it was probably longer ago than that. Anyway, a friend came over to stay. She came back to town for business, and she stayed with me, and she said, "Is there anything," it was sort of close to the divorce, because she said, "Is there anything that you want help dealing with?" And that's pretty much what the question was. And I'm like, well, there's a wedding dress up in the closet that I probably don't need to keep. So we went up in the closet, we pulled out the bag, garment bag that you couldn't see into. And I'm like, it's probably yellow. I didn't have it dry cleaned afterwards because it was covered with lace with beads all over it. And the dry cleaner said they'd have to unsew all of that from on top. Oh, lost in the move. Aw. They'd have to like take it apart and then clean the under part and then put it all back together. I'm like, and it was going to be really expensive. I'm like, I don't care about that. So I just put it in the garment bag, figured it was all yellow, took it out with my friend, and yellow stuff crumbled to the floor. I'm like, oh God, it's worse than I thought. The yellow stuff that crumbled to the floor was the parts of the styrofoam covered hanger that had been hanging on that had rotted or disintegrated. Let's use that word. And the dress itself is perfect and it's gorgeous. And we looked at it and I went, huh. And she, I believe, had her wedding dress made into a christening gown that her daughter wore. Maybe both kids. I think that's her. Pretty sure. And we looked at my dress and we admired it. We oohed and awed, and we agreed that I would never fit into it again. I was 122 pounds at the time. I am 30% heavier than that now. Is that how he would say that? Yeah, never going to lose that much weight, nor do I want to. I was pretty skinny, but high metabolism and plunging plunging back. It's gorgeous. Someday we'll play with it during a live. We put it back in the garment bag and put it back in the closet. It's like, I don't want to give it away. It's beautiful. I just want to look at it. Bird poop on the window. That's a Mother's Day gift. Kelly says you could have quilts made from the wedding dress. Yes, I could. I'm not going to. I don't know. We'll figure out something. Stuff comes along. Anyway, The thing that I was going to show you today that I did that was going to be the beginning of what I was going to talk to you about, but now it's going to be the end, and then we'll do the oracle reading, is that one of my now ex sisters-in-law made a wedding sampler, cross-stitched a wedding sampler for us, and it hung on the wall, and then when we got divorced, it came off the wall, and it has the names and the date on it, and I don't want to throw it away. It's a lot of work. Um, but I couldn't donate it because it had what do you do with that? So it stuck around for 9 years. Wow. And this week, since I saw you last, I picked out, like I was going to pick, see, there's like a point to the store, all the things. Like I was going to pick out the names of the name on the bag, which I stopped doing. I picked out you can see where I did it. Oops. But I think if somebody wanted to, and it's still framed, and I picked out that it's poofy. It's poofy. I picked out the names and the dates very carefully. You can, if you know what they were. No, I did a pretty good job. And then I took tape and I went to get all the extra fuzz out, and it probably just needs to be like brushed or something. So it could just go as is. Also, I'm not blonde. My ex-husband is very blonde. The hair could have been swapped, although I'm not dark blonde either. Oh, look, and the wedding dress has beads. I never really put that together. Whoop. Okay, so that's going to get donated. Woo! Yeah, precious moments. I also have 2 complete sets of precious moments trains, choo-choo trains, with all the cars from 1 through 12, I think. It is cute. It hung on the wall for 26 years, but not anymore. It's going to go make somebody else happy. But if they could just brush that a little bit, it could just be like that, and it's fine, or they can take it apart and re-embroider. Crap. Yeah. It hung on the wall. There was something else. Okay, let's do our oracle reading because... anyway, I feel better, and I didn't ruin it. I saved it. I think I gave it another life, and I'll pass it on. Oh, precious moment. See, the brain is back-ish, mostly, after the drinking. I'm so excited to... Mr. Mustache is doing laps. But I just lost it again. Train. So my kids received a gift every year after they were born of, I think that was 4. I just counted to 2, and then I did at least one more. These precious moment trains that are intended to give you the engine, I think. No, I don't know. Okay, we're going to make Oracle tell Tammy that her week will be easier. I'm sorry you're having a rough week. It's Monday. My kids don't know they exist. They're not going to want them. They're boys, and they have a tiny bit of sentimental feelings, but not toward those. I know that for a fact. And I'm going to, I don't want to try to sell them. I'm just going to pack them up and donate them, I think. Let's do oracle reading, shall we? Whoop. Okay, first card. That feels really thick today. The pom-pom, Tammy, that has nothing but good news for you. Pom-pom. I think the pom-pom is a celebration of being done with something. I usually say that it's like an add-on, but this is our first card, so this is the subject of our reading, our thing today. So I'm going with it's the end of something. We're celebrating, because you wouldn't make a pom-pom unless you had a little I'm going to say sense of humor or sense of frivolity, or unless you're just doing what the pattern said. But I'm going with it's celebrating the end of something, like, for example, a hat. The work in progress, well, we're going backwards. The work in progress could be, something that you're doing in your life, like, say, trying to donate things with names and dates on them. That could be the work in progress, and you're celebrating the end of it by donating the thing. So this could be the thing you're celebrating. It could be a thing that you can now go into, you can now go back to because it's in progress now that you've celebrated the thing. How am I doing, Tammy? And our final card is the pattern. Have we had the pattern before? Maybe once. Wow, this is completely backwards in terms of how things would go. I have it backwards, don't I? There. This is the first one. I don't know. Things are so in my opinion, in my interpretation, the way that it came into my head, we're celebrating the end of something, celebrating the end of something, which means we can move on from it. So perhaps it was something that was not good, like the week. We're moving on from the thing that we didn't like, from anything, from something we did like, something we didn't like. We're moving on. We're celebrating that we're moving on. This is what we're going to pick up and work on, is like life, perhaps. Going back to our life that's in progress. Or, this is what is existential the right word? This is our overall reading, is that we're done with something. We're celebrating that we're done. Perhaps it's a wedding or a divorce. And then, wow. And then going back to something that was in progress, like, say our life. And the pattern, let's see, the pattern, which is for a garter stitch shawl with a very frilly edge. Maybe we're rewriting the script because holy cow, because that's what I am. I'm an editor. How about that, Tammy? There, yeah. So I got short. I got really short. Hi, how are you? Oh, happy Monday. So here's what it is. We're celebrating the end of something. Celebrating the end of something. Could be good, could be something like a divorce, which, is good. We are going back to our regularly scheduled program of another knitting project or life. The pattern. So pattern could be like a pattern, like this is a cycle, but I prefer to think that this is not a cycle, the thing I'm talking about with celebrating the end of something. And yet it is. My sponsor said she related a story that ended with the phrase "this too shall pass." Hi, Frankie. Why are you licking your paw? He's putting his paw in the water bowl. Is that how you drink water? No, I've seen you drinking water. Are you cleaning it? He's not eating it. You don't eat water, you drink it. The pattern. It is a cycle. Oh, this too shall pass. See how the brain works now? This too shall pass. So the idea that she was talking about was that there's this whole story, but I don't know if that's how he drinks. Oh, now he's just pawing the side of the bowl. Maybe there's an ant in there. I have a little ant problem. Hi. He's just licking he's doing that. Now he's using his other paw. He's touching the food bowl. He's on drugs. Gotta be. Okay. So kind of an appearance by Frankie, but it's weird. This too shall pass. So if you're experiencing hard times, this too shall pass, and you will experience better times. And if you're if you're experiencing good times, this too shall pass. You know, get ready for things to not always be so good. Okay, real quick, because we'll do the suggested interpretations for Pom Pom 31 XXX1. This is a new dimension to Frankie that I didn't know about. Oh, what is he doing? Creativity, imagination, emotion, desire. Fine. The whip, the work in progress. 5. Growth. C, growth, evolution, solid foundation, health, the roots or basis of a thing. And the pattern, I'm not commenting on this. 26. No idea. 26, the pattern. 29, 26. Information, knowledge, education, guidance, revelation, truth. Okay, those are the suggested interpretations for our cards that I drew today. I must have shuffled 4 times because we got a rare-ish card. What the hell are you doing? Are you scooping food out of the bowl? Now he's eating it out of the bowl. Hi! Hi! How are you? You want to come over? Oh my gosh. You want to come over? Nope. Now he's going to clean himself. I have no idea what was going on over there. Happy Monday. If you wake up 11 minutes before you're supposed to be somewhere, may you look like you planned carefully for how you appear. And I will see you the next time I see you. Tammy, I hope that helped you to think about having a better week, or hope that there will be a better week. Yeah, Weirdos Unite, Frankie. He's got very bendy wrists. Like right now he's got his wrist really bent and he's licking the... Talking about you! Okay, bye. See you next time. Wait, I have